I am a weight loss and mindset counselor. My name is Aujale Riley. I go by Coach Aujale. I help women lose weight sustainably and practically, and we do that from the inside out. So today specifically, I wanted to talk about some of the mindset shifts that you are going to have to make if you are looking to succeed, not just on your weight loss journey, but just in your life in general. So there are certain things, certain shifts, certain ways that you have to go about thinking and go about viewing and approaching your journey if you are looking to be successful for the long haul, right? Because we all know how to lose weight. We're no stranger to that, right? We know that we need to be eating better. We know that we need to be moving more. But though the things that aren't as nuanced is the mental part. And that is what I'm here to talk with you about and to share with you so we can have long-term success, because we're not about to keep losing and gaining the same weight over and over. Like, that's old, that's played. We're not doing it anymore. So the first one here, you have to work harder on you than you work on your weight loss. And I do realize that may sound counterintuitive, right? Because if you're on a weight loss journey, of course, your goal is to lose weight. Your goal is to look better. Your goal is for the scale to go down. And while I do understand that, what I need you to understand is that while on the surface, this is indeed a weight loss journey, when you really start to unpack and you really start to focus and really commit to the journey, what you will realize is that this is actually a journey of self-discovery. This is actually a journey of self-mastery, right? This journey is about so much more than just the number on the scale or the size of clothing that you wear or, the spaces you can and cannot fit in, right? So again, all of those things are important, but they're not the most important thing. So if you shift your focus and instead of focusing on the number on the scale, instead of focusing on what size you wear, instead of focusing on, whether or not you met whatever particular metric that you created for yourself, it's more important that you focus on, what's going on with you, right? So getting to know yourself and improving yourself, becoming a better person. Because here's the thing. If you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, everything else is going to fall into play, right? The weight is going to come off. Your appearance is going to be better. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be happier. Like, all of those things are going to fall into place. So again, although I realize this is a, weight loss journey and you want to lose weight, it's really, really important to understand that this journey is about so much more than weight loss. So the second mindset shift that's super important for you to take hold of and really adopt as one of your own is this journey is about progress and not about perfection. How many times have you fallen off or, got off course as a result of you not being perfect, right? And sometimes we translate that to mean, or we will say like, I just can't be consistent. I just don't have the willpower. No matter what I do, I always fall off track. And we really internalize that. But the truth of the matter is, our goals are set on the wrong things. If your goal is on perfection, if your goal is to do every single thing right every single time, you are going to fail. We are human, right? And as humans, we err. So we have to make sure that we are allowing space for that error. We have to make sure we are giving ourselves grace to mess up, that we are giving ourselves permission to learn our way through this, because that's what it is. It's learning. So granted, you're not new to weight loss, right? Like, again, you know how to lose weight. But what you're new to is this approach to weight loss, like going about it the mental way, as opposed to just focusing on what am I eating and what exercises am I doing. Taking this brand new approach, it takes a different set of skills and it takes a whole new mindset in order to make that happen. So understand that while you're making that shift, and again, that's very different from what you're used to, you are going to have to allow yourself to stumble a little bit. You're going to have to allow yourself to mess up, right? That's part of learning, right? When children, when they learn how to walk, they don't just like suddenly go from crawling to like zipping all around. No, they take a couple steps and they stumble and they fall, and sometimes they hurt themselves, and sometimes they, you know, bump their knee or something like that, scrape their fingers. But that is all a part of the process. We don't look at our children and say, you're a failure because you can't walk yet. That's not what we do. Instead, we celebrate the progress that they're making. And we say, oh my God, like you took 2 steps today when yesterday you were only able to take 1. Or, oh my God, you're standing. Even before they get to the walking point, we celebrate that sort of thing. And that's the same way that we need to treat ourselves. In the same space and grace and level of care and compassion that we need to give ourselves when we're figuring out our way through this journey, especially if we have never before looked at the mental side of the journey. And if previously we were focused only on the physical aspects, you have to give yourself grace and allow yourself, again, that space to work things out. Your goal should be to be better than you were yesterday, right? Better than you were last week, better than you were last month, better than you were last year. If you are able to hold on to that, and if you are able to just say, you know, am I better, right? It doesn't have to be, am I my best? It doesn't have to be like, you know, did I do all that I can do? Because sometimes you don't have it to give, right? Sometimes you don't have, we are humans, we have limited capacity, and you can only do what you can do, right? But at the same time, again, it's important to acknowledge what it is that you are doing and make sure that you're comparing it not against anyone else, but you have to make sure you are measuring the progress that you are making with a previous version of you. And that's what's going to keep you encouraged. That is what is going to keep you motivated. And that's also going to be what keeps you on track. Now, on to the third one, the third mindset shift that is absolutely necessary if you are looking to take back control of your weight loss journey and of your life. You are going to have to accept the fact that self-prioritization isn't selfish. As women, we carry so much on our backs, and we feel as though we have to do everything for everybody. We have to be everything for everybody. And, you know, if we don't do it, then it's not going to get done. And we feel all of this pressure, whether it's pressure from our family, pressure, you know, from society. But regardless of where we're getting these messages from, we get ourselves in a situation where we feel as if concentrating on ourselves is something that is shameful, is something that is like, how dare you? We feel that it's selfish. But the truth of the matter, self-prioritization is not selfish. It is not selfish. In fact, I'll take it a step further and say it's necessary. It is 100% necessary if you are going to be successful in taking back control of your weight loss journey and taking back control of your life. You have to allow yourself, and notice I'm saying allow again, because we get caught up and we're like, well, I can't possibly do that, right? I can't spend the money on this thing that I really need for myself because this person wants that, right? I can't spend the energy. I don't have the time to get up and work out and meal prep or whatever it is that you need to do in order to make sure you're happy and healthy. I can't take the time to do that, even though it's my time. I can't take the time to do that because me taking the time to do that will take my time away from someone else. Listen to how that sounds. Will take my time, my energy, my efforts away from someone else. But here's the thing that you need to understand. And while it's noble to take care of other people, and while I understand you have responsibilities, because child, I do too. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. You know what I mean? Like I have a whole business. Like I have a major responsibility to other people. However, the person I am most responsible for is me. I have a responsibility to me before I have a responsibility to anyone else. I have to make sure that I'm good before I can realistically take care of anybody else. So that's super important. You have to realize that putting yourself first is not something that's selfish. It's something that you need to do. You need to get comfortable with it. You have to get comfortable with it if you're going to take back control of your life. I'm telling you that right now. You're important. Okay? You're important. Your health is important. Your happiness is important. Your well-being is important, right? So the sooner you realize that and start acting like it, because that's the thing. It's like, we know, you're like, oh, I know I'm important. Like, I know that I matter. I'm aware of that. But are you acting like that? Do your actions support the fact that you know that you are important, and that you know you are deserving of your own time and energy and money and attention and care and whatever other attributes that you pour into other people but don't pour into yourself. We have to realize that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You simply cannot. It is literally impossible. Again, we are humans. We have capacity. You know, we're not like God. God can be everywhere and he can be everything to everyone, and that's great. But although we're supposed to be Christ-like, we ain't him. Just know, we ain't him. So because of that, we are limited, and we need to honor those limitations that we have and make sure that we are filling our cup up before we pour into the cups of others. So again, just a quick review. These are 3 of the top mindset shifts that you are going to need to make in order for you to take back control of your weight loss journey and of your life. Number 1, work harder on you than you do on your weight loss. Number 2, this journey is about progress, not perfection. Number 3, self-prioritization isn't selfish.